Hey everybody, welcome to my 4th episode in this series called Dusty TF2, where I use my least used weapons for the designated class. In this case, I am playing Demoman, and more specifically, I am playing Demo Knight. So, unbelievably, believably for some people, my least played class basically means that I'm playing Demo Knight, and I actually ended up raging quite a bit over trying to get some gameplay here because my weapons that I'm using are the Alibaba's Wee Booties, the Charge and Targe, and the Islander. So I did rage quite a bit trying to get this gameplay, but I did get some gameplay on Egypt, and it is freaking awesome. So my ending score has a 3 KD, I'll reveal that much, but to get the full information, you'll have to see the end of the video. So basically, I'm going to speed up a lot of parts in this because I did manage to stuff 3 rounds into this 14-minute video, and it will be very edited with like the beginning time minutes, or beginning of the round time cut out. So that'll be that. So, getting into the breakdown of these items and why I don't use them. First off, we have the Alibaba's Wee Booties, and I actually have used a different skin on this weapon. I actually do currently use it quite a bit. It is called the Bootlegger. For those of you who don't know, there are 2 items in Team Fortress 2 that have the same stats as the Alibaba's Wee Booties, and I just tend to use the Bootlegger more. However, I am kind of switching more to the Alibabas since they do look a bit cooler on my Demoman, being I just recently purchased an Aladdin's Private Reserve. It kind of matches the whole like Egypt, Middle Eastern type of feel to that. So the Alibaba's Wee Booties give you 25 additional health, and then let's see, what is the other stat? You get 100% turning increase when you are charging. Now, keep in mind that it's not as if I hate this item, it's rather just I tend not to play Demo Knight a lot. The only time I really play Demo Knight is when I'm in a trade server messing around, or I just don't really feel like helping out my team at all. And here I'm actually going to skip out the first minute of setup time for the next round. So yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody that I don't hate this item by any means. In fact, whenever I'm playing Demo Knight, I actually tend to use it almost always, and so I just wanted to make that really clear. So that's really all I have to say about the Alibabas and why I don't use them, or quote-unquote don't use them. Moving on here to the Charge and Targe. Believe it or not, when I'm playing Demoman, I actually use the Splendid Screen more than the Charge and Targe for a variety of reasons. I don't really need that extra 40% protection against fire, or like 50% protection against explosives, or whatever the percentages are. In fact, in my entire TF2 career, I have used the Splendid Screen more than the Charge and Targe, and this is because when I was a new TF2 player, if you take the time from when I joined to when the Splendid Screen came out, I didn't really play Demoman that much, and okay, watch this like next 30 seconds. I'm totally just messing with this engineer, and I actually end up capping it solo because this engineer was too afraid to hop on it and go against the Islander. But anyways, as I was saying, from when I started TF2 to when the Splendid Screen came out, I didn't really play Demoman that much. And that is just because I didn't really prefer it. I wanted to practice with other, more realistically using guns. And from then, when the Splendid Screen came out, to now, I have actually played Demoman more with the Splendid Screen more than the Charge and Targe. So that is why the Charge and Targe is my least used secondary. And then obviously when I'm not playing Demo Knight, I use the Sticky Launcher, and every once in a while the Scottish Resistance. I had a period where I used the Scottish Resistance quite a bit, and I mean like a lot. You can actually manage to use it offensively if you kind of get a knack for it, but Now I just see the benefits of using the sticky launcher over the Scottish Resistance. So yeah, that kind of sums up the secondary. And look at this, I'm trapped by the sentry just outside of its range with 3 health, and there's a Demoman near that gate. So I'm thinking of charging past him and then getting into that gate, but I just immediately get killed by the sentry. So I thought that was a unique situation that I had never been in before, really. Last, but certainly not least, and probably the most important, we have the Islander as the Demoman melee. So I have never used the Islander for the same reason that I haven't used the Charge and Targe, and that is that when I was starting out, I just didn't play Demoman, and pretty much the only melee that Demoman used back then was the Islander or the bottle, really, and I just never played Demo Knight that much, so I didn't really have a chance to use it. And usually when I play Demo Knight, that's kind of like a mouthful after a while. That's what she said. Usually after I would play Demo Knight for a while and absolutely just fail at it, I would like start raging my face off, and that's something I still do right now. And watch that spy dead ring. I got 2 heads from him, so I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, getting a little bit off topic, I have used quite a bit the unusual horseless headless horseman's head taker because I have a clean version of it, but I just haven't used the Islander because, as I mentioned before, when I was beginning TF2, I didn't play Demo Knight that much, but now I do, and now I can actually afford better weapons and the U quadruple H, as I may call it from now on, because it is quite a mouthful, and I'm not even going to say that's what she said, because I already said it before, so that continues over. In addition to these reasons of why I don't use the Islander, I actually do prefer other melees that don't have the Islander stats, such as I did have a spurt where I used the Persian Persuader, but right now I mostly use the half Satoichi, and man, I just charged right into that Demoman's sticky trap there. So I don't know if that Pyro was baiting me or something, but moving on here, getting a little bit off topic there. I'd like to discuss whether I think Demoman are overpowered, and to this I say a resounding no, because Demoman do not help out their team at all, and people who complain about them are just stupid. Unless it comes to like a 1v1, then Demoman, or Demo Knights, I suppose I should specify, are maybe on par with you, but if I'm like a soldier, which is my best class, I can easily take one out, because usually one of my rockets will pop one up in the air, and they're useless. And I mean, even if you're a pyro, you can air blast one away, which actually I think 2 of the pyros on the enemy team got smart and started air blasting me away, and I just totally failed there. That heavy came around that corner, and I knew I was screwed. But so anyway, Demo Knights are not overpowered, unless it's maybe 1v1, and I mean, okay, so let's actually go through this class by class. If you're a scout and you go against a Demo Knight, let's say he has 4 heads, which is the maximum you can get, or which maximizes your stats. You can run away and get to a safe distance. Let's see, Soldier, you can usually pop one up in the air and take out from there. Let's see, Pyro, you can air blast them away. Other Demomen, you can usually shoot stickies underneath your feet, but that's probably the weakest class you want to go against. Usually Demo Knight on Demoman is a bad matchup. You're probably going to lose there. Heavy, you can totally just rip to shreds with your minigun. In addition to that factor, heavies have a lot of health, and it usually takes at least 5 swipes with an Islander to take one out that's not fully healed, and when he is fully healed, he takes like 7 swipes. So, as an engineer, well, okay, usually engineers have sentries to protect them, but if you're going engineer with no sentry versus a Demo Knight with 4 heads, you'll probably lose that one, unless you can get like some amazing meat shots on him, or have like crits with the Frontier Justice. You're probably gonna lose that one. But Medic on Demo Knight, Medic will lose there. But then again, Medics usually have people to protect them, even though you can single people out, you can single the Medic out and try to kill them specifically, but Medics usually do have people protecting them. But if you're going, like, once again with the Engineer, if you're going 1v1, then you're probably going to lose that one. So, snipers will lose that one again, unless you can get like a crit on them, which snipers, I don't know, it seems like snipers get crits on their melees a lot for some reason, but usually snipers will lose against a Demo Knight charging at them, although I have seen some good snipers just headshot these Demoman like instantly. And, I mean, if you're good enough, you can do that, but usually snipers will lose 1v1. And then, last but not least, we have spies, and spies kind of a toss-up. Sometimes they can get in a backstab, but usually, well, at least for me, I'm able to combat spies very effectively. So, I don't know, I mean, they're not really overpowered in terms of, like, 1v1. Usually, if you're going against 2 people, you'll just end up dying right away, but yeah, so here I'm actually speeding up this part because not a lot happens, and I want to conserve video shortness, I suppose you could say. So that pretty much sums up my opinions on Demo Knight. One thing I did also want to talk about in this video that I also talked about in my Dusty TF2 Pyro video was the Meet the Pyro content that is coming soon. Basically, if you guys go to teamfortress.com, which is TF2's official site, their newest post is of the Pyro basically talking, where he just says a lot. And look at me strafing this heavy here. And although it hasn't been confirmed, if you actually translate that into Morse code, it spells out Monday. So that is some pretty cool sneaky type of deal that Valve is doing for Meet the Pyro. So an update or the actual video is pretty much coming out on Monday. So I hope you guys look forward to that. That will be awesome. I will totally... Well, I'm not sure if I'll buy the new well, assuming there's new weapons, but I probably won't buy whatever new weapons are released right away, unless, I don't know, maybe to make a video on them. But usually right away they're really expensive, like, or refined to a reclaimed. Like, if you guys remember when the Medic update came out, the Crusader's crossbow was, like, a refined for a long time. Then it was 2 reclaimed, a couple weeks after, then another week after that it was 1 reclaimed, and then, you know, now it's just a weapon. So, that is like almost the end of this round. We actually won in this in overtime, which I was like super surprised at, and this medic just gets trapped here. I have so had those moments where I die because I got trapped on some freaking like block sitting out in the middle of nowhere. So I feel your pain, buddy, but yeah, that's just you add to my head count there. So. And that is pretty much the end of this video, as I mentioned before, guys. If you would be amazing and awesome and a super great person, you could leave a rating on this video, preferably up, but I don't care either way. So yeah, that's pretty much my Demoman Dusty TF2. Next will be Heavy, and that will be pretty interesting. Right now, I would probably think that my primary would be the Natasha. That is probably my least used heavy primary, so maybe a little bit of sneak peek there, as I just, you know, imagine what that video might turn out like. So thanks for watching, everybody. You can enjoy the last, what, minute maybe of this video and see how we pull this off in overtime. So that was pretty insane. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day, and as always, peace.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.